If you've been thinking about doing a battery-powered zero-turn lawnmower, but the idea of lap bars is just not your thing, the Ego E-Steer may be for you. This is a mower unlike any we've ever seen. If you're familiar with Ego's original Z6 mower, a lot of this is going to look familiar to you. But let's go ahead and start with the power source here. Everything is loaded back here. And the mower comes with 4 of these 12 amp hour batteries. Big honking batteries, but they're the same batteries that work with all the other Ego 56 volt equipment. Now with these 4 batteries, and you can see that there's 2 more ports here, so you can put another couple of batteries in here and extend your runtime up to 50%. But with these batteries, they're powering 4 brushless motors. 2 of them are the drive wheels, and 2 of them are the 21-inch blades under the deck. One of the cool things that Ego did in their design is even though all these batteries can come out and be used on other equipment or charged on their own, there's a charging port on the mower right back here. And so you can park the mower, plug it in, and not have to worry about it. So you're plugging it in just like an EV, but you still have the benefit of being able to take those batteries out and use them on other equipment if you want to. But for the deck, Ego uses a 42-inch stamped steel, and underneath here there's 2 21-inch blades. And as far as the power on this thing goes, those batteries are giving you the equivalent of 22 horsepower. So this thing has plenty of muscle to get behind some overgrowth. The deck height adjustment is really simple, and notice you go from 1.5 inches all the way up to 4.5 inches. There are 10 different stops here, but it's a really simple one-handed operation. And just set it where you like it depending on what kind of mowing and what kind of grass species you've got. I want to take a minute and talk about the seat, and you'd think it's just a seat on a lawnmower, but Ego made a really comfortable one. And you can notice there's plenty of padding here, and we have armrests. These can get out of your way if you don't want to have your elbows on them. The armrests themselves are padded as well, so up top we're really comfortable. And then moving down here, we've got a couple of adjustments. So you have a normal front-back movement, and there's plenty of range. I'm 6'2", and I find a comfortable fit on this mower, so no big deal there. And then here we have a seat tensioner. So if you're a little bit heavier, you want to dial that tension up. It's going to make the ride more comfortable. If you're lighter and that ride starts to feel rough, dial it back the other way. Starting the mower is very, very similar to what we saw in the original Ego Z6, but there are some differences because of the E-Steer system. So we're still going to start off by pressing and holding the start-stop button. Initially you'll get a battery indicator, but then you hear that beep and the mower comes alive. But you're not quite ready to start rolling just yet. And once you've got the mower powered up, the next thing you need to do is release the parking brake over here on your left. But your mower's still not alive just yet, so notice when I press that accelerator pedal, I'm not going anywhere. There's one more thing you need to do to activate it. Last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna tap these reverse paddles, and you're gonna notice a green light here, and then you're gonna hear a beep, and that's gonna let you know the mower's active. Now when you hit your pedal, you're ready to go. Now if you're gonna go in reverse, you're gonna take these paddles, you're gonna hold them down. But make sure you hold them down the entire time, because when you let them go, you're gonna go right back into forward. Now, one of the benefits of the E-Steer system is that not only do you have a steering wheel, but you also have all your controls right in front of you. And notice how much information is here on the display. So for starters, we can see that we've got 98% of our battery life left, and we can see that we're using 4 of the 6 battery ports here. Now there are other controls as well. Over here on the left-hand side, this is your drive speed. So if you want to go at a faster pace, click that rabbit up. If you want to go at a slower pace, click the turtle down. On the right-hand side, we're talking about the blade speed. So if you've got heavy overgrowth that you're trying to cut, or maybe it's the rainy season, you got a lot of water in the grass and it's a lot thicker like our St. Augustine that we have here, go ahead and kick that blade speed up to full. But for drier grass or weaker species, you can usually cut in mode 2 or 3 and be pretty good. And if it's just that kind of last cut before the winter when there's not a lot going on but you want to even it out, that first blade speed is a really good place to be. Down here, you're going to see your mode control, and that's going to cycle between control, normal, and sport modes. And basically what you've got here is faster acceleration and quicker turns. So I actually like to mow in control mode. It's just, I'm 44 years old. I don't necessarily want to zip around like some of the younger guys do. And you know what? I don't mind using the cup holder and enjoying a Coke Zero while I'm mowing. So that's where I normally go, but find the mode that's comfortable for you. And then over here on the left-hand side, this is your LED lights, and these do a good job of lighting up an area after dark. So you really can mow in the dark if you want to, but it's definitely helpful later in the evening when you're wanting to watch out for obstacles and that kind of thing. Now you can find all those things on the original Ego Z6. Now those controls are all over here on the side where the blade engagement button is, but really the reason we're looking at this is because of the E-Steer and the steering wheel. Now this is a true power steering system, so as I'm turning the wheel here, nothing else is going on because the brushless motors on the wheels aren't engaged. As soon as I press that accelerator pedal and start going, every movement is going to make the wheels do different things. Now, If you're not familiar with how a zero turn works, when you want to turn right or left, one wheel slows down, the inside wheel, and the outside wheel speeds up or maintains its speed so that it creates that turning. So you'll notice that when you make the tightest turn possible on the E-steer, you're going to notice that inside wheel does reverse a little bit to make sure that the deck is able to do a true zero turn movement. And of course, since it is, again, true power steering, this is not difficult. This is not like a lawn tractor where you've got to really muscle the turn every time you go around it. It's very, very easy to use. And more importantly, it's really, really easy to learn. So if you're used to driving a car or a golf cart, the only difference is you're learning how to make that tighter turn, but the mechanism for doing it between the accelerator pedal and the steering wheel makes it very natural. We put one of our guys on this mower who'd never been on it before, never tried it, and he was used to lap bars on a ZT and has some experience there. It took him all of about 5 minutes to get used to this mechanism and to be really, really good mowing like a pro. So if you're worried about whether or not it's going to be a difficult learning curve, it's not. You just get on the mower, give yourself a few minutes of practice time, go around a few obstacles so that you know what it's like to make that tight turn, and then go for it. You're going to love the experience. Now again, if you're not used to a zero turn mower, you know how to drive it now, but the last thing you want to remember is that your blade engagement is right over here on the side. So once you're ready, pull up on that. It's going to engage the blades, and then if you need to stop them suddenly, or if you're just done, just smack your hand down on top of it. It's going to stop the blades quickly. No big deal there. Now you can do all three mowing types with this mower. So you're going to notice that the deck comes ready for a side discharge. Ego also has a mulching plug for this mower, and they sell a bagging system for it. So no matter what kind of mowing you like to do in your lawn, Ego's E-steer is going to be ready for it. So what about the price? You get the mower, you get those 4 12-amp-hour batteries, and you get a rapid charger that's going to help you charge them up in 2.5 hours or less. So nice fast charging there. That whole system is going to be $5,999. And then of course there are some of the accessories that we talked about that you can purchase as a package or as separate parts later if you want to. If you're ready to pull the trigger, you can find the Ego Z6 E-steer at Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and other Ego retailers. Feel free to check the description below, and Austin's going to leave you a link down there. As I'm going through reviews like this, I always like to ask myself, who is this a good fit for? And as we were going through the batteries that come in this, it's going to give you the ability to cut up to 2.5 acres. We were able to get about 2.25 in our testing. Our grass is a little bigger and a little thicker, so we think that Ego's estimates are dead on there. And of course, you can add 2 more batteries and extend that runtime by 50%. So realistically, if you fully load this thing out, you can cut 3+ acres on it. And since you can switch the batteries out, you can get even more. But when it comes to the E-steer technology itself, this is a great transition for somebody who wants to be on battery power, who wants the zero turn capability, but doesn't want the lap bars. If that sounds like you, check out the Ego E-steer. I promise you're gonna love it. If you have any questions or feedback for us, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.